Welcome to Move Through the Holidays. We're going to do a standing alignment workout today. So we're going to start standing. I'm going to go barefoot depending on your tolerance for that. You could try barefoot, or if you're more comfortable with shoes, then shoes are fine too. But we're going to focus on our feet and how we can align our bodies all the way up. Otherwise, you don't need any equipment. So let's build some stability for your hypermobility. We're going to start barefoot. We're just going to start with bringing awareness to our feet. And the big thing with hypermobility is realizing how it's all connected, right? Like we can't just have our knees and just have our shoulders. And some people might only have one hypermobile joint, but then add how it's all connected. For example, here, all I'm going to do is hyperextend my knees. Doop. That affects all the way up. Just with my knees hyperextended, my pelvis tilts, my low back extends, my mid back arches. In my case, it's just totally flattened out. And my head has to come forward, which stresses more here because your eyes are trying to stay level. So whether or not my knees extended, my eyes are wanting to see level. Otherwise, we would do kind of like that. So that's the goal of your body, is to be able to continue to see. And so you have to be careful, and I guess it helps to be aware that when you do that, one thing it affects has a ricochet effect all the way up. So we're going to start at your feet and bring awareness all the way up to practice that awareness of where we're holding our body. I am in front of a mirror, and I do suggest being in front of a mirror. A wall is also helpful to kind of provide a little bit of external feedback to your body. So feet are about hip width apart. First thing we're going to do is just notice what your natural stance is. So are your toes pointed out? Are your toes pointed more in? Are your toes pointed forward? Contrary to popular belief, there's not one right or wrong answer to that. Depends on your individual anatomy. So find what your body is naturally wanting. Maybe one side is sticking way out and the other isn't, or maybe you had an injury on one side and not the other, and that's how your body's adapted. But the first step is learning what your body's preferences are. So about hip width apart, maybe are you comfortable out here? Are you more comfortable really close? Just kind of notice about yourself. I'm going to go in the middle. And we're just going to close our eyes, have a wall near you. You don't need anyone wiping out. And you're going to weight shift from left to right. So we want to put some weight in the base of that big toe. So that's going to be like right here, base of the big toe. Meaning I can still lift my toes up and wiggle my toes, but that base stays down. I can also feel my heels on the ground, feel my pinky, the base of my pinky a little bit. Kind of 3 points, like a little triangle, on the ground. And I'm just gonna shift my weight to the left foot and to the right foot. So we're just bringing awareness today, pulling in a little bit of kind of a neurovestibular, proprioceptive focus, just weight shifting. Bring your weight over your right foot, bring your weight over your left foot. Eyes stay closed if you can tolerate it, or you can keep it open. Let's shift to the left foot. Find your 3 points. Keep your eyes closed. See if you can come up onto one foot. Slowly lift up the right foot and let the ankle wobble. We tend to have either really high arches or like no arch at all. I'm in the very minimal arch. So I'm actually allowing my foot to wobble. So this is really difficult with my eyes closed. So if you need to open your eyes or just kind of tap as you do it. Basically, we want our ankles to be able to move and adapt to forces put on them without straining them. So I am allowing a little bit of wiggle because That's my anatomy, and I need to strengthen this. If you are not used to going barefoot, this might be really difficult and could be a pain point for you. So it might be better to start with shoes, but I always think it's worth getting down to more of a minimal type shoe, depending on the situation, to really strengthen these joints. All right, let's go to the other side. Start with just your weight shifting again, eyes closed, right foot, left foot. Find those 3 points, heel, base of the big toe, kind of base of the pinky. And breathe. Okay, let's go to the right foot. If you can keep your eyes closed, great. And then pull your other one up. You're going to push the supporting leg into the ground, like you're blasting off. I did not realize how hard this was for me. And we're just going to try, let our ankle wobble. Open your eyes if you need to. And take a little break. I'm feeling a lot of muscles all the way up my calf. So next thing we're going to do is go up on your toes and back down. Go up to your toes. What I find people struggle with here is they go into kind of this ballerina like lock in here where you don't really have to use the muscles, just hang on the joint. And our goal is to stay within the range of motion, like the middle range. So base of the big toe stays down, go up middle range and back down, and you will feel it in the back of the calf if you're doing it correctly. Breathe in, relax your pelvic floor, blow out, pull up, and go up onto your toes. I'll give you up to 75% of your range of motion. Up slow, down a little faster. Up slow, down a little faster. And just by going forward and backward here, we're having to adjust all the way up. Our center of mass. Breathing is still important for this one. One more. All right, we're going to do the opposite. Can you go up on your heels and lift your toes up? Why are you hyperextending your knees? Don't do it. Try to loosen our knees. When weight comes back, I want to sort of fall over. Just notice what happens for you. Knees are loose. And what tends to happen is, in order to maintain my balance, if I don't hyperextend my knees, is I have to hinge, deadlift, RDL, bring my hips back to create a counter force. So weight's coming back here. And that is a little refresher on the hip hinge where we're weight shifting. Normally when we do it, we are getting weight shifting in our feet. But in this instance, we're going a little farther where the toes come up. With the deadlift, you want to keep your toes down. All right, so let's do right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. All right, take a break. Moving up to the knees. So what's happening with your knees? We're going to come into a squat, hands really close, take a deep breath in. As you blow out, we're going to let those knees come forward, but we're keeping the weight in the front of our toes, not the front, the whole foot, front, midfoot, back. Push through the ground, come up, breathe in, blow out, breathe in, blow out. We're not going far, breathe in, blow out, breathe in, blow out, go straight into a hinge. So that's shifting weight back, shoulders engaged, knees loose, hips back. weight goes back in our heels, but we keep our toes down. Little stretch in the hamstring. Come back up, hamstring and glutes. We're doing a little bit of a deadlift here. So we work to the front of the body, back of the body. One more. Here. All right, we're going to take our pelvis. Our pelvis is a bowl. We're going to loosen our knees. We're going to pour some water at the front of the bowl. Pour some water at the front. That's going to be kind of sticking your butt back. Back to neutral. Can you move just your pelvis? When I go to kind of the extreme end of range of motion, I actually get a headache. I'm going to try not to go quite as extreme. So back to neutral. And then can you pour water out the back of the bowl? It's going to be like a doggy, tucking his tail under. Ooh, gotta pop. Breathe in, relax, let your belly hang out. Blow out. Then you can pull in. My knees are a little bit bent. Like, you don't want to totally go into a squat. You also, what happens when we're trying to get just the pelvis to move is we tend to pull our shoulders in instead. Really, really focus on the pelvis. I'm going to do it from the side so I can see from the side in the mirror. Pelvis is going back. Pelvis going forward. And I find it helps. Take your hands, put them on your hips, and actually attempt to tilt it forward and backward. Find out what your natural alignment is. So a lot of us are stuck in an anterior pelvic tilt, which is going to be bowl tipped forward but stuck out. A lot of low back extension, knees hyperextend, where we can kind of hang on our joints. It's not wrong to be in an anterior pelvic tilt. A large percentage of the population is. We just also need to be able to reach a posterior pelvic tilt for daily tasks. So we want to look for some control through both directions, even if your anatomy prefers one over the other. So find what you prefer. Spend more time doing what you prefer. Breathe in, blow out, tuck your tail under. Breathe in, blow it out. All right. Working our way up the body. Before we do that, go back down. Where's the weight in your foot? Big toe, outside, and the heel. Knees. Are they forward? Are they extended? Are they in the middle? It should create a straight line. All the way up. Through the side of the ankle, through the knee, right through the hip, through the shoulder, through the ear. If you were to take like a line. And maybe for some people it helps to literally walk up to an edge of something and take a picture and see where everything is falling. Okay, so we're there. Knees are not locked. We're in neutral position. Hips, are we tilted forward? Are we tilted backwards? Kind of in the middle. Forward's a little more natural for me. Now we're working our way up. Shoulders, are your shoulders forward? Are you really holding your shoulders back and just getting that low back arched? What's your natural for you? For me, my mid-back has just decided it doesn't want to have a curve anymore. Some people start to kind of get that rounding there. A little bit of a bump in the back of the neck can also happen. So for me, forward feels really terrible. Sitting for me is not a good position. I do a lot better walking and standing. If you prefer sitting and less walking and standing, you may feel better a little bit forward. If standing feels better for you and slouching feels bad, then you're going to just kind of bring those shoulders back a little bit. Don't lose everything below it. So reset as many times as you need to. Feet, knees, hips, shoulders. And adjusting our hips and shoulders tends to help the rest of the spine do what it needs to do. So my shoulders do better back. When we're doing this up, back, down, forward, we're staying within like 25% of your range of motion. You know, I could come way back, up, back, down, forward. Okay. And last, where is your neck? Your head forward. If you have addressed everything below, your head should naturally feel like it's in a more comfortable position. Are you here? Are you here? Maybe this one, look from the side. Here. Here. We want to find a neutral in the middle. And we can do that kind of by where are your eyes level, by adjusting heels all the way up. Just for a little learning moment, once you kind of find that neutral position or what you think is a neutral position, gently, if you can, don't flare yourself up, hyperextend one joint a little bit and watch how it changes just in your own body. Go back to neutral and then allow it to hyperextend a little bit. Because many people have no idea that they're hyperextending, and that's okay. But in order to building this body awareness is a huge part of managing symptomatic hypermobility. So practice and bring awareness to how all the parts are connected. And then relax your jaw. Put your tongue suction to the roof of your mouth. The resting position of the jaw should be tongue suction to the roof of your mouth, teeth not together, but lips together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not normal for me. Many of us also have tongue ties and lip ties where the tissue is limiting a range of motion of our tongue, which can also lead to some dysfunction up here. That's another video. That's it for today. Not really like a workout, but all of those things that's more neuro-based, building proprioception, building awareness, which is going to translate over into your strength training and is such an important foundation. So let me know what you learned about your body today, if anything, or maybe what was a good reminder, and I will see you tomorrow.